I swear it won't stop. People throwing shade, I be throwing sun rays. Some people want fame, I be putting you
I wrote about the stars, I wrote about the moon, I wrote about things in the sky that go boom. I wrote about death, I wrote about life. I wrote in the morning, afternoon, and at night. I constantly search for new ideas. I talk to my elders, my friends, and my peers. I study astronomy, history, and religion. My analytical mind is constantly on a mission, struggling and striving for the perfect poem, bracing myself for the perfect brainstorm. The more that I write, the more that I note. My best poem yet is yet to be wrote. Yeah, I sing.
It is definitely the Taz and Calico show. You feel me? Another installation. You feel me? These are the same people. Y'all know it's Trio Dios. Y'all know that. But you know, before it was Trio Dios, it was the Taz and Calico show. It was the Calico and Yassini show. You know, so from time to time it's gonna still be that. What up, Taz? Holla at the fam.
Peace and love, brother. Thank you for
and they say that's a cool intro you got there, brother.
Who said that?
Nathaniel Bay.
I appreciate you, brother Bay. We mixed it up with the whatchamacallit, with all our intros, just added a little flavor to it, you know, whatever. And we trying to up our game a little bit, you know. I'm glad that it was noticed. Appreciate being on the show. I see the usual suspects. I've never seen Nathaniel Bay though, so I mean I appreciate
yeah, we glad you're here.
Right, we definitely glad you here. Music Lang, peace and love to the God. It's always good to have you. Everybody else, you know, Gemini 9, you know, I mean she is Gemini. What else could need be said? Shareed Reed L, peace and love, brother. We got the organized noise in the house. We got Tribe Ties in the building. Appreciate y'all for coming over. And again, brother, thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, it's mandatory, man. You know what I'm saying? The most requested. You feel me? Got to get the people what they want. Yeah, we got my brother Tribe Ties in the building. That's how you know we're on point when we got the Dios in the building. You feel me? We got all the Dios in the building. I feel like we can get it started, you know. And as y'all can see, this one is about East and West Indians. Or what? Who? What? They're the same people. They're the same people. Yeah, we're gonna show them. We're gonna talk them to death. You know what I mean? They're gonna learn today.
They're gonna learn today.
It's every day. Every time y'all see us, y'all know what time it is. Oh shoot! Hold on. We got to start at the top. I don't know how we get down there. How did we get down there? But yeah. Yeah, peace, Miss Moorish L. Islam to you too. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely need my brother Taz and Knox press these buttons, man. He was always good at it.
You do your thing with the
I'm gonna need you to read too. So I'm gonna work my brother, man. That's why you know if you ask me, I appreciate if anybody can, number one, hit that like button. You feel me? That way, you know, you can change the algorithm.
Right.
Because if you ain't getting notified the videos are coming or that we live, and that means you don't hit the like button.
Right.
So y'all go ahead and do the right thing, hit the like button. And if you can, you know, support Brother Taz. What is it? $sign Taz show?
Yeah.
The Taz show. The $sign. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Because I know how I get. We all visual people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think the capital letters matter, but I just put it like that to let y'all know it's the Taz show. You know, and getting right with it.
Right, and my Facebook name pops up if you want to make sure it's the right one. It'll say Tasmaniac Wolf. If you know me, you know that that's actually exactly how I write it with the capital letters on each letter. And
Okay, that's even better then.
right, and when you write that in, it's gonna pop up as the Taz show. I mean Tasmaniac Wolf as in my thing, but anything's appreciated. Don't you know?
That's for sure. You know, and getting into this good old PowerPoint. You know, showing the ancient America sure is similar to Hindu. You know, the ancient Hindu, ancient American, and ancient India, or that culture. Sure, it replicates what we see over here in the Americas. And luckily, we got a brother straight from Guatemala, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Born
sir.
and raised.
So we have an actual Mayan, you feel me, in our midst. You feel me? So he's not an ancient Mayan, but he's a modern Mayan. He's still a Mayan. And y'all know this, Tasmaniac Wolf. So we got our resident Mayan in the building on the right kind of a show too. Because we're gonna tap onto this about ancient America and Hindu America. Right. You gonna be able to help me read, brother?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that music, Land. I see you.
Go ahead, bro.
You ready?
Yeah. You want me to read first, or you finna read
Yeah,
first?
now you can pop it off. I'm gonna get you involved, man, so the people already know.
All right. I'm gonna take that little thing from the top off right quick, just so I could read the whole thing real fast. The Peruvians and their ancestors, the Indians, are in this point of view at once seen to be the same people. The architecture of ancient American resembles the Hindu style of architecture. Mr. Hardy says the ancient edifice of well, that's Chichen Itza in Central America bear a striking resemblance to the tops of India. Chichen Itza, it's one of the, not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest cities found in what you call today Mexico, right next to Guatemala. It's one of the biggest Mayan places where we find a lot of pyramids in. But Chichen Itza bears a striking resemblance to the tops of India. Mr. Squire also says the Buddhist temples of southern India and of the islands of the Indian archipelago, as described to us by learned members of the Asiatic Society and the numerous writers on the religion and antiquities of the Hindus, correspond with great exactness in all their essential and in many of their minor features with those of Central America. Dr. Surfy remarks, we find the remarkable temples, fortresses, and viaducts and aqueducts of the Aryan group. A still more significant fact proves the Hindu origin of the civilizations of ancient America. The mythology of ancient America furnishes sufficient grounds for the inference that it was a child of Hindu mythology. The following facts will elucidate the matter.
Yeah, I mean, before anything, that's why I gave y'all visuals. I know people can see the similarity in the visual, huh? Not, but it does get deeper than that because, like they was stating right here about the viaducts and the aqueducts. You feel me? These people had a sewer system. You feel me?
Right.
If anybody knows anything about sewer systems, the Moors always had this in their cultures. But that's damn near another show because I think it's this ain't number part one to another to a list of points I can make because when we talking about You know, like I say, the aqueducts. Like we all know when the Moors came into Europe, that they brought these sewer systems to these places, but they had already had in their own countries. And then what they're telling you is Aryan. You know, Aryan, of course, like I say, means knowledge. But we are the true Aryans. Huh? The Saracens, the Moors, all of that they're saying are these special people or Moors. But like I say, that's really another story. But like I say, the aqueducts and the technology is the exact same as the Aryan people, which we know Hindu or Aryans. You feel me? That's not a word or a term from a different part of the world. It's from that part of the world. But moving on to like the Maya.
That picture alone, brother. I told you the last time. If you go back to the last night, that I don't have that much information on Russia because everything is so secretive on that area or whatever. So when you busted out that picture in the middle, I was pretty well aware, you know, of the Indian picture at the bottom, the Mexico picture at the top, but I hadn't seen that Russian picture which brought brought it to my attention. I was like, damn, we even find the similarities, in what we call today Russia. Is it Russian? That's a whole nother topic, but what we know today as Russia, we also find all the similarities. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with
Yeah,
that middle picture.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I say this is like really like a part one, because I just wanted to prove a point, so to speak. I want to definitely connect the dot between America and India. You feel me? Or the ancient Lemuria. However, just the Dravidian lineage, right? So, but like I said, this is probably just part one, because part two I can easily show like the Dravidian culture all around the world. Like right here, since it was already in the imagery, I just went ahead and kept it. I didn't crop it out. I left the fact that Russia and many, 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 many other, but I just showed those three because they were next to each other. But yeah, even Russia has, a representation of the Nagas the same way that India does, and as I'm showing you right here, Mexico also does. Or the Mayan culture, the Aztec culture, all of them. Yep. I'm going to the next slide. Yeah, Maya. Oh,
Let's not forget Buddha's mama's name is Maya.
exactly.
To begin
Exactly. So yeah. To even talk about Mayans,
with. Right.
you got to know that you can't say that without Maya. And like you say, Siddhartha Gautama, which is the particular Buddha that we speaking on. Like his mother was Maya. And like I said, the name Gautama, he has the name Gautama. So that's like Guatemala. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, so there's no way around it. And like we say, his mother was Maya. And like it says right here in the epic Mahabharata, it says that Maya Saba, the Hall of Illusions, was named after him. And some Indian scholars believe that Asura, Maya Danava, is the exact same character who created the Mayan calendar for the Mayans. The similarities between these statues on separate continents show how the two cultures were possibly connected. You know what I mean?
That's
Like like they say, he who has eyes, let him see. You
he who
feel
has
me?
eyes to see. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
He or her who has ears, let her hear.
Yeah.
All y'all for real.
And the similarities on the statues, that they're it's not like you could just push them aside. It's definitely extremely similar. Not only the design, but what's happening in the picture. You might not see everything offhand, but if you pay attention, everything you find in one picture, you find it in the other one. It might be in another form, but it's in the same place. It's just brought out different.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. It's no less than a rendition of
Right.
the exact same thing.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like, if I like your Chicago fitted, I'd be like, shoot, I'm gonna make one for Florida. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm in Florida, I'm gonna put a Florida Marlin on that mother sucker. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put something that only we got. I'm gonna put a stingray on my shit. You feel me? Florida oranges on that. I'm just saying though. You feel me? But it's just gonna be a rendition of the same of the original. And on to the next one. I want to thank my sister Teet Asha. My sister up there in Canada. I can't probably say too much more. She don't really want to be known for all the wisdom that she be dropping. But if you look her up on Instagram, her page is living it nice. And that's my sister. Yeah, she dropped this one and I had to pick it up. I was already putting this together. I said, oh yeah, that's perfect. Because the Hindu Vishnu and Lakshmi right here, the feminine goddess that's right there with him, is
Right.
the Mayan Itzamna and Itchel, or Excel. Like, I mean, am I seeing things? Or what do you see, Tad, when you look at that?
Yeah, no, I see the similarities in both, and uh I mean, I'm gonna I don't want to veer away from anything, but just to add to it, um Vishnu has a small island where they worship him, worship her a lot. The same way Ixchel, she has an island called
Yeah.
La Isla de las Mujeres, the island of women. And in both places, it was specifically a place for their worship on both sides, on different sides of the world. For those that weren't aware, that there is an island where they actually utilize specifically just to worship Vishnu and Excel. I can't remember the one where Vishnu is at, what is called, but I know that where they worship Excel is called the Island of Women, or Women's Island, or something like that. It's right off the.
Oh, I think you mean the island of Lesbos. Is it
Uh,
Lesbos? Because that's where they get the word lesbian from. You
no,
know.
let me make sure. Yeah, it's Isla de las Mujeres. That translates to the island of women. And when you go there, uh, it's it's a place where you're gonna find a whole bunch of statues of Excel. It's gonna be nothing but stuff about her. It's gonna be completely about worshiping her. There's a lot of tourism that happens in that island of women, and it's a very touristic place, especially because of all the culture stuff that they have over there. I'm assuming, I've never been to it, but I'm assuming Vishnu Island as well. you know. But I know in Excels Island, it's right off the north of North Guatemala, of what they call Petén, which is one of the biggest states in Guatemala.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go to the next one. But yeah, we definitely gonna have to teach them, the Mayan culture and the Aztec culture, the Inca culture, and then there's so many more tribes after that. You feel me? So we got our work cut out for us, but it's gonna be fun. You feel me? And we're gonna have to show them about Itzamna and Itshel, because this is the American culture, the true American culture.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely gonna get with that. And I don't think this could be denied, that that's Vishnu and Lakshmi in American in Aztec form. Yes, sir. But yeah, this is the God self icon. Yep. Don't believe me? Look it up. But yeah, the God self icon on the left is the one of Peru,
Right.
and above is Colombia, and then good old ancient India. I feel like I just definitely seen some good connections as far as this. So, when I connected the dots, I say I'm gonna include this most definitely. You know,
The one up from Peru. It.
I ain't gonna lie, it looked like they invented hockey. I said I didn't want to spill them beans, but I said I'm gonna have to do some research. I might have to bust this gate open. I feel like they was, doing hockey in the desert. You feel me? And now they want to do it on ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hold up, swole up. You know what I mean? Like y'all done ran off with the sticks that we was, what I'm saying, slapping a ball probably with, and now you over here playing hockey with it. You
Right.
feel me? Yeah, man. And,
Yeah.
and they probably practiced and played with those sticks so much that it was like being a martial artist. It's like I can use this stick for other reasons. You
Right.
feel me?
And Nigeria has I noticed because because that stay tuned, part two is coming up, of the Orisha's explain, part two is coming real quick. But Nigeria, bro, I don't know if you want to look it up or whatever, but if you look up God self icon of Nigeria, is the same exact
Yeah,
thing.
it is. It
The
is. It
same
is.
exact thing, with the whole thing
Yeah, it
holding,
is.
but it looks more like the Indian,
Yeah, like lions, like they holding
yeah,
lions.
like they
Yeah,
holding some type of lions by the
yeah.
paws or some shit or whatever.
Yeah,
And
this
it's
is a
like,
worldwide culture, man. People got to understand. That's why I say part two is gonna be they're in trouble.
right, Persian
Yo, Red Squizzy in the building.
in the building, peace and love
Salute,
to the God.
salute. The Red Squid. I'm gonna drop this link because I don't really want nobody else to jump on it, but Squid, because I hollered at him about this here, and he was already kind of touching on some of this stuff. So
Yeah, jump your ass on up here, Squid. But what you call it? Yeah, it's the Nigerian one, and not only there, but Persia. There's another one in the Americas. Uh, Bolivia. Let me see. Oh, you got Peru, Colombia. Yeah, Bolivia has one exactly like it, bro. And if
yep,
you think the ones from Peru look like hockey sticks, bro, the ones from Bolivia are like insane. You swear that dude is about to go, and play him some hockey. And I'm
yeah,
saying that now because you mentioned that. I hadn't looked into that,
yeah, yeah.
into that aspect, so it's like, what the fuck? A hockey stick for that shit. That shit is crazy. Peace and love
Yeah,
to God, Red Squid. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's
Man,
going on? Hey,
peace and salutes.
let them know you
Yeah,
in the building.
man. Salute to you, D Calico and the Taz Show. Shout out to the chat, man. How y'all doing? I'm good. I'm just rolling up. I mean, waking up for real. I just tuned in for real. So I don't. What y'all talking about?
Yeah, this what. Remember, I was telling you I was going to do a video about the West and East Indians are the same people.
Yes. Is that what this is?
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
Oh man.
It's,
Okay.
but it's on. But basically, we only 3 slides in, and I'm gonna back it up just to show you the other couple.
Okay. Bet. Good luck.
Like we started off right here with the Naga. You know, basically everywhere from Mexico to India. You know, and it was a lot more places, but I just wanted to show the American and the Indian. You know, what I'm saying that Hindu connection.
Right, the connection.
So I
Facts.
touched
Yeah.
on that one first. Like, what would you say? Am I tripping? Am I reaching when you
No,
see
you're
that?
not. No, you're not. When you see something like that, that's what you call a goddamn fingerprint, man.
Yeah, that's real.
And so when you see that, that is like somebody doing a crit walk differently in another part of the world, but you know what it is. It's the
That's real.
same shit, you know?
Yeah.
And it might got something to do with that menorah too that them Jews be putting up. I like that Siberian jiffy. There was a picture I skipped on, but it was a 7-headed concept. You know, we're gonna see this shit everywhere. When you Mexico, India, Russia, man, that's hot shit right there.
Yeah, man. For real. And this is the same God in 2 different cultures that basically brung the Mayan calendar as well as the Hindu. You feel me? So this same God in both cultures looks very similar to me and doing the same job in both places.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But
yes.
maybe I'm tripping.
No, you're not tripping. See, this brings up my idea or my belief on Praveen Mahan. You familiar with him?
Yeah. I like him. I love him. Yeah.
He an interesting guy, but he pro India. And
by the way, yeah. Almost like a pan-Indian.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's a great term used for his because you know, I think what he shows is that everybody want to find pride. And, you know, if you put them in the same ring, everybody want to find out that their ancestors is just like how these countries and people is cut up today. Mm-hmm. But to me personally, I believe that when he went to America and he said that these statues look like the statues in India, so that means India came over to America. I think it's in reverse. I think it's from America and then it go to India. Because when you see, then this is why I say this, right? When you see the shit in India, when shit is pretty and polished, then that's probably newer. When you see the shit where it's more funky and organic, like what you see in America, to me that says it's older. But go ahead.
No, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But at you know, basically, I'm gonna say they were both places at both times, like they are today. You know what I mean?
That can work. Yeah. Simultaneous type shit.
Yeah, simultaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I got some more stuff definitely gonna tap on exactly what you're saying too. And matter of fact, this is the only one you miss, other than you know what I'm saying so far. And this is like the Hindu Vishnu and Lakshmi, which is the top image, is the Mayan Itzamna and Idshel.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Same people, you know, and what I had mentioned about this part of the slide is the fact that each of these deities have their own island. Vishnu and Ixchel, they both have an island where they used to be worshipped. The island was used for nothing else other than to worship. Whether you were at Vishnu Island or Ixchel Island, you know, you was there, you know, to do nothing but worship. There was nothing else that was happening, and you came there, you worshipped, and you got the fuck out of there, you know. And to this day, I don't know about the one for Vishnu, but I know for a fact that the one in here in the Americas is called the island of women, La Isla de las Mujeres. It's a big tourist spot. There is still to this day, you know, a lot of statues, you know, of worship that are still left there, you know, and ritualistic areas, you know, where they did all types of different stuff, you know, and when the brother brought these two, I had seen this picture before, but I had never thought about, bro. There's a picture that depicts Vishnu, you know, this way, you know, and I was like, damn, he fucked me up with that shit. I was like, what in the, you know?
Yeah, I ain't never see it either, and I'm familiar with Vishnu and his bed of serpents, and to line that up with a mind, yo, that's awesome sauce right there, man. You know, and me, I can't help but say that they all right. Let's say if they is simultaneous, the one from the Maya looks so homegrown, whereas the one from India is hewn from the stone. Oh, that's wild, man. I ain't never see that picture ever. Fire.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So from his navel come the world in the Vishnu story.
Yeah, Brahma coming from his navel, or from the lotus flower that come from his navel. And you know, Brahma is like, you know, basically like the ultimate God to a degree. You know, depending on, you know, which origin of the culture.
Well, the way I understand it is that these are all variations of the same person. So Krishna would be incarnation of Vishnu, or I don't know. I know that they interact with each other at the same time too, so it get funky. But the way I understood it was like Vishnu is the God in whose breath existence permeates from, and Brahma is the God of the world. But you know, you got these other concepts like Rama, it says an incarnation, Krishna, and all that shit. But I think they're all the same people. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Vishnu is the universe to the degree that's the blue sky that we see. You know, he represents that part of nature outside of, you know, Earth to a degree. You feel me? Or at least like a certain part of the heavens. That's why it appears to be blue.
My bad. Let's not forget that both of them carry a serpent as adornment on their heads.
Well, Vishnu,
I definitely got to shout my people out, girl behind the mic in the building, and I got my brother from the UK in this mother sucker. You feel me? My boy Rap Star, he got more than one channel, UK 47 Boxing. You know, if y'all into boxing, definitely go follow him. And like I say, follow my sister too. But yeah, let's get with it.
Salutes. So the way I seen Vishnu was he was the underworld. He was this is just theory, right? But they do count Vishnu as blue. The concepts that come from Aryans and concepts of different color people might got something to do with the inner world. So the way I looked at it was when you look at the world tree from Scandinavia, which is a variation of the Norse Yggdrasil tree, at the bottom you have all these serpents. Like the snakes are always at the bottom. And so my reasoning is that the bed of serpents which Vishnu is on represents the bottom of the earth. And it might talk to giants and blue people, and the reasoning why he was the color blue and stuff like that. But he always laying on his back, and then Brahma, who spoke the world into existence, was on that lotus off his navel, which kind of like, you know, looks like the earth itself. And so Vishnu would technically be at the bottom in that setup, is how I look at it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you just made me notice that is like Geb from
Right,
ancient
from the
Egypt.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's no different than Geb. That's exactly how Geb is. But he's more like the Mayan, where his knee is a little more bent, like he
Right.
just like that.
That's facts. That's interesting.
And beneath him would be the underworld, like you said.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And we broke down Gib and Nut on our what was that part two of damn what was
Mm.
the part two we
Was
did?
it? I don't know. Was it Kabbalion or something?
Oh yeah, the Kabbalion part two. Go check that out. For damn, that's crazy because that would have been a nice addition if we would have,
Yeah,
man,
jumped on that. But
right,
hey,
made
it
the
get
Man,
greater later.
yeah, that's a great lineup. Whatever that Mayan picture is, whatever you got there, throw Geb in there.
yeah,
Wow, that's awesome.
real talk.
Yeah, that's Geb and Newt, and and basically that's what we're looking at when we're looking
Right,
at Vishnu
the
and
Egyptian
Lakshmi,
creation story.
Zamna and Ishya. Yeah,
Right, and they're both part of the of creation story on both ends, whether it's the Egyptians, the Mayan, or if you're looking into Hinduism, with Vishnu.
And Geb, and I don't know why, but I don't. People ain't never. People that speak on Geb a lot. They ain't never match up how the dude that is either standing on his stomach or about him. That's just like the little Vishnu shit, but they don't never mention how Geb is a giant, for real. And typically picked it green sometimes,
Okay.
which it could be a variation of a blue. But regardless, he definitely bigger than the man that came after him. So I used to think that maybe it speaks to mud fossil giants, if that's a real thing or not, or maybe it speaks to just giants in general from below. Either way, it kind of looked like giants was an ancestral complex.
That's crazy. Yeah, hell yeah.
that's for real. Yeah, no, hold on. Let me get to the next one. Because this is where you picked up at, right here. When we was on the God self icon.
Oh yeah, we were just busting down about that damn
Yeah,
fucking hockey stick.
yeah, exactly. So you know what that's gonna lead to. You feel me? It's gonna definitely lead to that. But it was like over 20 different nations and places I could find with this same images. Their God self icon. All these different cultures,
Yeah.
different gods, different everything, different parts of the world. All of them had the same
Right.
image when you look up the God self icon of that country.
And I don't mean to sound redundant and shit, but I like this lineup. I got it in a folder called Lion Grab, because this what you said, it was God's self icon, and they be holding either serpents or they holding lions and shit by the tail and shit.
Yeah, all of that. That's it.
Yeah.
So they got one in China where it's a shorty for real, and she got the two dragons or the two serpents, and it's a statue and it's old. And they got that shit in Scandinavia. And so the thing in the Scandinavia jiffy look like art that's in China for real. But definitely when they grabbing the lions, yo, that shit definitely is everywhere, yo, for real. And that again tells me giant. To flop elephants and lions around like they ain't shit. But yeah. That's
Right,
tough.
well, I've always said, well, at least from my perspective, that the size that we currently have is not the size we've always had. After everything was, taken away from its natural state here on Earth, the water's not running how they supposed to, everything being contaminated. We don't have no trees left, we have just this little forest that we call forest, but they're really not forests, whatever. So the amount of oxygen we getting it ain't the same, so our everything inside of us is not growing as much, because I don't see no reason to why, if we are the one that has the ability to rationalize things, Why would we be the complete opposite of, bro? If you go look at a lion is enormous. You ain't just gonna pick up a lion by his neck like that. If you go look at a cow, or in a cow not being a real, if you go look at a bison is a mammoth, bro. If that dude is coming towards you, you gotta get out the way. You gotta get out the way. So it's not rational, at least to me, to think that
Hey,
we've
once
all
again,
been 5'5",
hey,
6 feet, 7 feet. No.
hey, bro.
I'm pretty sure we were way taller. But go ahead, bro.
I hear that.
Yeah, that's real now. That's why. Hey, I thought you was gonna take away the giant complex. I'm like, come on, man. These they had to been giants, and like, and then, if you just bring up Columbus's diary, when he came to the Americas, he said that the people he encountered were, like, when he went to Colombia, towards that way, he said the people were so big, like the women, they were so big they could put his head in their mouth and like bite his head off. But they invited him in and cook for him, even though they didn't speak the same language. They showed him love instead of talking, and they showed him love, and they brought him in. And he said he was scared to death when their husbands came in the house. I guess they got off work or whatever, and they say they were scared to death because these men were way bigger than them. They were bigger than the women were.
Bro, you ever seen those pictures from like the 70s and the 60s and shit? These dudes in suits and top hats, and there's this, the average dude was like 6 something, and this other 2 dudes standing on the corner are like enormous, bro. They had to be at least 14 feet high. I mean, they were looking down at these people, bro, and it was like, whoa, what in the world? Bro, you know how tall you don't even fit through the door. You literally got to crawl in the crib.
Hey, I am Nuwa Fuji. Oh my God, that's the best comment so far though, because when we talking about this God self icon, and like we were just speaking on, like controlling the serpents or controlling, the lions or the jaguars, or even the stick that you put on that animal's ass. You feel me? Like they got those hockey sticks. You feel me? Man, that's what Ophiuchus is doing in the universe. Ophiuchus, is holding that giant serpent. You feel me? Like, come on now. Like, that's a serpent bearer. That's what Ophiuchus means. You feel me? So yeah, that was a great concept.
Yeah, there's a 13th constellation for I am Nuwa Fuji. If you want to go check out our what was that video with and horoscopes horoscopes decoded, me and Brother Calico when
now what's going on, God? Peace, Sister Tansy, all y'all.
Yeah, we went in on that on that video as well, and we went deep with Ophiuchus.
Hey, PNF, you could definitely hit that link. You already know this is your field of study. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too many people put the work in like my brother PNF when it comes to proving the connection of the Dravidian or the ancient Indian, Hindu, and American, the ancient American.
Facts.
Like, this guy been putting in that work, and shoot, I thought nobody else was gonna do it, so I was being relaxed. Man, I look up PNF dropping stuff that I've been like dreaming of. I'm like, hold on, this is my type of information. How somebody else got this thought, but he was dropping it. So now, instead of me just dropping it, I said I'm gonna put in a PowerPoint presentation. So it's always there. Motherfucker ever act like, man, America and India ain't got nothing together. They ain't nothing alike. I don't know what you talking about. I'm gonna be able to pull out this PowerPoint and slap them. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
But on
hit that link, PNF. Come build with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it again just to make sure. But if we know anything about Hanuman, a Squid, you know about Hanuman of ancient India?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, and I mean, basically, you know the image when you see it, and that's You know, that's the one by itself. And over here is the one in America. You feel me? Like the image of Hanuman called by the name Wilka Humana. That's what they call it in this part of the world, in Guatemala. They call it Wilka Humana. So why, you know, we know about Hanuman, and they talking about Humana. Not much of a difference.
Hanu, that could be a Humana.
It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and measuring 50 feet in height. So they put all that work in for nothing? Come on, man. 50 feet in height and 12 feet in breadth. And it was found in Guatemala.
Well, you know what? Hanuman, he had this staff. It's supposed to be a magic stick or some shit. And when you see a lot of these depictions of hairy people, whether they have suits or whether they really hairy, they got that stick, that Merlin staff for real.
Yeah, it's really called an auger's wand. And basically, I did in the video that Nimrod decoded, but I was showing how Jesus had an auger's wand. So Jesus was a magi. You feel me? He real deal had a real deal magic wand. This is how he was raising them from the dead and more than that. You feel me? But yeah, the auger's wand, AUGAR. If somebody, you know, look into that magic or look into the real story of Jesus, they're gonna find out that he had an auger's wand, and that's how he, you know, did miracle. So he was a magician. So wow. He would have been hated. He would have been hated. And that's why he probably, you know, that's why he was crucified.
That's interesting.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go to the next one. Hey, ain't that son no Ted? That's your part of the world too, Guatemala.
Right, yeah. That's on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and this was the guy, Theodore Mord. You know, he said he was flying around, you know, he's a baller back then. You know, he had a plane, so he'd be flying around South America and places he really knew he couldn't go. You like, man, them people have put bow and arrows in my behind, you know what I'm saying? Like they still don't talk English, you know, so he flying by with his helicopter. I mean not his helicopter, with his plane. And he said he spotted, you know, an ancient monkey-like civilization, like where they must have praised the monkey god or something. You feel me? And he ended up dying before he could really release all his information. And so for a while, it was just a theory. People were like, well, this is he say, she say. You feel me? Until they ran into those Mayan places in Guatemala. You feel me? Where they got small stone monkeys.
Was this recently? This was recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just showing how that's too similar to Hanuman once again. You feel me? Well, I just showed you what the statue look like. And they ain't gonna put no 50 feet, you know, worth of statue for no reason. You know, so yeah.
Well, remember in the story of I think Rama, when he went against Ravana and they built the Adam's Bridge, I think they call it. And so they said that they hired like a monkey race to build that land bridge between Sri Lanka and India.
Wow. Hey, and that makes sense, because I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, before I even try to do all of this you know, deep study about finding out how they built the pyramids, you know, how you know, basically, like, I think the other day I brought up acoustic levitation, but before all of that, I said, man, it had to been animals. You feel me? For one, you know, the Moor's best friend is an elephant. And if you look at how, you know, just the Asians, how they got a monkey, I mean, not a monkey, but a elephant train. They're not the only ones. You know, you got places in Africa and all that. But, man, they got armies of elephants that they'll make, you know, stop at any moment they say, like, right before he squish a person, If they tell him to stop, he gonna stop right there. It's like, you know, red light, green light. You know what I mean? For real, like I'm talking about doing handstands like he finna break dance. You feel me? So when you got that much communication going on with the animal, I mean, what you can't do, what is that you can't do, can't pull, can't make, you know what I'm saying? Can't make happen. Mm-hmm. That's like if we really had to do a lot of digging for aqueducts and stuff, man, should we get a shovel or should we get these dogs and feed them good and let these dogs do the digging? You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be. So I imagine a Hanuman or a hominin or like they're saying a human, you feel me? Or the Igigi, however you want to bring up these maybe Tamahu or whatever kind of created people with that monkey strength. That's why we saying, you know, a lot of people come from what? Great apes. And they were what? The slave race. You feel me? So back when they had more great ape in them, they were way more powerful.
That's a great way to put it, though. When they had more great ape in them.
Yeah. For real. For real.
Because, I mean, Bigfoot's now is tall as shit, and they are variations of ape. And I got a couple of close-up pictures on those, and they vary for real. Some of them don't even look like monkeys. But in that picture, that depiction, though, is recent. I mean, clearly they made Hanuman a giant person compared to regular people. And so if you look at the skeletons of Cro-Magnon man and Neanderthal, they are giants compared to us. So if we take the Adam's bridge, which is interesting, they call it Adam, he's supposed to be the first man and shit. But when you put together the concept of manual labor, you see these cats, look, they come out the microwave with muscles, and they got hair, meaning that you ain't got to build no shelter for their ass. Damn. They ready to work.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's real. Go to the next slide. Yeah, just showing you more of like I say, the East Indian and the West Indian. You feel me? Because this is the Balinese. It's still Hindu culture. Exact same culture. You know, they worship the same gods and everything is the Hindu culture. And we give all the credit to India like they the Hindu, but the real Hindu gonna tell you they're Lemurians or Lemurian, however you want to put it. You feel me? And being Lemurian means that their whole continent sunk. So where are they? They are in the East Indies. You feel me? But that don't just mean India. You feel me? That's why we have places like Cambodia. You're going to see they got the same architecture. You're going to see places like Balinese. You feel me? You're going to see it in Australia. You feel me? And of course, India. So I'm showing you the Balinese and the Mayan identical type architecture and art.
Okay, wait a minute though, so you connect in the Lemurian concept with the ancient structures of Southeast Asia.
All of that, it most definitely.
Wow, that's interesting, brother. Because shit, we could look at things 1,000 times, but it just takes somebody to show you what's in your face. Wow, that's holla interesting. That makes sense because any other time we will look at ancient structures, a lot of people can come to the conclusion that they're not functional no more because of what happened during the flood and whatever Atlantis was. And so Lemuria is in that same bracket. That definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I didn't know India claimed Lemuria.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like the real reason I'm soup with the Lemuria is because our brother VJ, he over there in India. I'm gonna have to get him back on the show. I missed one little opportunity 2 weeks ago, but I'm gonna get him back on the show. And this brother is in India, so we'll have to do it late night because that's morning time for him.
Right, but that's right up Squid.
Yeah, that's right up Squid Alley. Yeah. So what I'm saying is this brother, taught us all about the basically the Lemurian culture. and the Dravidian culture. And he's a dark-skinned Indian. You feel me? So
dark skin.
yeah, so he know what he, and he from South India, where they are darker, where they are, hated upon. Just like down here in the South, it's like the South of everywhere is always gonna be, where the hate gets shunned on.
The untouchable.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Right.
That's what they call them. The true Dravidians are really the untouchables of India. Yep.
So okay, let's so we're going for what we know, and this might be going to the left, but we know a caste system was in place in India for sure. We see variations of that shit elsewhere, but it's just not in paper as hard as it is in India. I think that's a really good place to pinpoint an influence that it involves two separate peoples. Right. That's highly interesting.
Yeah, and shout out to Mama Africa. That's my Mama Africa right there. That's my nana. But I had to put her on blast. She know I love her.
Salute.
Sure. And let me go to the next. And yeah, Mexico and India. Like this image, I got another one with the same one, matter of fact, that you can see a little more clear. But Mexico and India, and I'm showing you how this exact same image. I'm talking about two different parts of the world. This is the east, far east and far west. And it's still identical. And it's ancient. You feel me?
Bro, go back.
Yeah, that shit said Jane. So that's really old.
And you notice there is 4 snakes on the left, and there's 4 snakes on the right.
Hey, when you look at the one on the left, it's really like a double caduceus.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
yes.
or like the DNA strands and everything, because it's those two. It's that Ida and that Pingala on both sides.
Wow. So you know what? Maybe I'm leaning towards the contemporary idea as opposed to a spreading of ancient information idea. This is one world language time, and they probably were both operational at the same time, as opposed to coming from one place going to another. That's what it's looking like to me, because this looks like two versions of a different type of a taxi in Tokyo and a taxi in Colombia. We know it's a taxi, goddammit.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
That headpiece, though, man, that shit is the same thing. You can't miss that. That's interesting.
Yeah, the headpieces are damn near identical. Yeah, that's deep.
And that's in Mexico. Matter of fact, I got another one with something just like that too. It's gonna show you that it's all, man, it's the same, man. But look at this. Like this is another important part of it, because it's called basically the discovery of Vedic Haven Kun or Haven Kun in Peru is also one more evidence of Vedic influence in this region. So you see the Buddhists on the left, around the Haven Kun, right? And then you see over here in Peru, you got a 5,000-year-old Haven Kun, because then the word Haven Kun means temple of fire, huh? And like I was bringing up earlier with my brother before this, but the word pyramid, when you say pyramid, even when you say in Peru, when you look at it, it's really the same as pyre, like pyro, like pyro, like pyramid. It's saying fire.
Wow. Yeah, that's facts a million.
So pyramid means fire in the middle. So in the middle of all pyramids was a Haven Kun.
People pronounce pyramid like Peru too, yo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. That shit do look like it could be oven too, for real. Ovan. or whatever.
Man,
But
bro,
yeah,
you on point, man. I told Taz that before we came on earlier. I said the same thing. I say oven, even like oven. You know what I'm saying? But watch this. I've been meditating on this one so long for some reason. But look, there's nothing else you can associate with the word kund. But what? Kundalini. You feel me?
Whoa.
Even if you say haven, it show you what we really be dealing with. Because look, haven like Havana, Cuba. You feel me? Havana, Cuba. Same thing. We say Havana, Cuba. We really saying Havana, Kun.
Havana. Why you did that?
Havana, like heaven, like heaven.
That's wild. What's Havana?
Like heaven, like heaven. Hey, Taz,
oh shit! You mean like heaven? Oh my god!
You feel me? Come on.
This is where you gonna see that you ain't lying, Calico. Because what is the capital of Cuba?
Havana,
Havana, my G.
Yeah. Come on, man. Nobody else does this, bro. Trust me.
So that missile crisis shit in the movie X-Men, they went back in time to stop that shit from happening. How much is that true? Like, that's what it seemed like. Maybe in another time they might have realized, made that bitch an oven.
Whew, for real.
That's wild. And you know, that Kundalini link is strong. I'm pretty sure Kund is a German word somewhere.
Fire.
Really fire. So what's a Lini?
That's what I'm saying. We know basically the Kun don't mean serpent. So he gotta mean the fire. You know what I mean? So the Havin or the Kundalini, you know what I'm saying? Havin Kun, the temple of what? They said fire. And they showing fire at the end like the word Kund. So Kundalini.
Makes sense because the Kun, that's energy within the body. Electricity and fire is like one and the same.
Yep.
Huh. And you know, Lini, that's really found a lot in Italian language.
Yeah, it let you know they rocking with the serpent. You know, they Levites.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sephardic Jews.
Lean.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should ease off Praveen. I'm just saying. I thought he was being disrespectful, telling everything in America from India.
Bro, I bet you if I could talk to him, he'll tell you the same thing. Bro,
I can hear his voice already.
The Dravidians, you know, the dark-skinned Hindu, the Dravidians built all of these pyramids, man. Just like I give a lot of credit to the Twa also. And obviously, they must all be one.
I don't see.
I've never seen that put it. But now, matter of fact, come on now, look at all the yogis and the Buddhas. They were all short people too. Just like the Pharaoh was a short.
They ain't that strong. Remember who brought the caste system to India? They had pyramids already.
Yeah, exactly.
They got pyramids in Bosnia, in Russia.
What I'm saying about this, the ancient Dravidians. That's why I say it's gonna be a part two. Cause bro, their coaches, that's the only people who can say their coaches everywhere in the world. You feel me? So what I'm saying is what is the first pyramids built in Egypt? The first pyramids ever built in Egypt
is in Sudan.
Is the Khufu and Khafre. Like Khufu and Khafre built the first pyramid, the Cheops or whatever that is.
No. Remember them little ass pyramids in Sudan and Meru.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Khufu and Khafre built those. You feel me? The first generation was Khufu and the next one was Khafre. And both of them are Dravidians, man.
Okay, so all right, what I would do so that I can understand better is slow down right there. Because my understanding is that East Kush is India, West Kush is Africa, America. Like they got Ethiopia on that side, Ethiopia on this side. Like we know Kush is a name that India share with Africa.
Thank you.
Right.
And Asia. Asia was called Kush. I'm talking about Ethiopia all of Africa was called Kush. And we know Hindu was called Hindu Kush. You feel me? All of it was called Kush.
Right. So this is what all right. So let me tell you a marker that I made, and just you break it down just to tear it up or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's like a theory. It's like the image of Isis on her one knee with her arms or wings spread out, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Now, Isis' body is Africa.
Okay, I feel what you're
each wing is the hemispheres.
That's love. That's love.
So that would mean the Kush Empire is an African empire, Sudanese subordinate.
Thank you. Yeah, because Lemurians are Moors. That's what you know. That's like saying Moors aren't African, or Moors aren't the original people of the planet. That's like saying that would be ridiculous. So the Moors are that. We are the original people of the planet. You feel me? And I just look at it like we're equatorial people. Like you said, you see how that wing spread? We are equatorial people. All the way across the equator, you find us. And that means all the way around. Like this PowerPoint, I got some stuff in here gonna show you that exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, them wings is each hemisphere in the centerpiece. And so now it sounds like more really means melanin.
It does. That's why they'll tell you more just means black. That's why they try to say it.
No, I mean melanin. Because I'm thinking about what would be
male mean?
Male means black. No bullshit.
So that's what they say about more. Yeah.
Right. Melchizedek, Prince of Peace.
Hey, now this is where I throw rocks at him. I ain't hiding my hands. You feel me? I'm gonna take them to the Olmec yogis. Huh?
What in the world?
The Olmec yogis. And ask me, tell me, is these statues depicting this, or is we tripping? Because like I was telling my brother earlier, like they wouldn't have had a chart to show you the steps to do. They're not gonna have a chart. They're gonna have figurines.
Wow.
The figurines. Without these figurines, you don't have no. You're not really gonna have no knowledge, because you're not gonna have the steps you need to take. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. You know,
I ain't never see that, brother. I ain't never see that, man. That and this is, you know, why I'm tripping. For one, I'm learning. That's great. I never see such a thing. For two, what came to my mind when I seen this, the mind that wasn't blown away by the Olmec word and yogis put together, is the fact that what comes to mind is that the Hindus, they actually claim a record of a long time. So the timeline that they speak on came to my mind, because wow, that's definitely, you can't deny what I'm seeing here. I can't deny it. No one can deny the relationship between these two martial art, these two places in this so-called martial art or yoga. Wow. I appreciate you, man. Facts.
Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I ain't gonna lie. Like the spirit even told me, man, red squid would be good for this one. Cause that night, for some reason, I'm putting this together, and then you over here touching on something that blew me. I'm like, wow, that'd be right on time for my video. Let me get this brother on now. You know what I mean? And it happened too. Because I was like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna get in touch with Red Squid. I don't know if you're on Facebook. You on Facebook?
Nah.
Okay.
I got a Facebook.
What about IG? What about IG?
Nah, I'm not on no social media right now, but I'm about to though, because I'm about to I'm about to make that move, and everything gonna be Red Squid X for real. So in a minute though. But yo, definitely, man, I'll put my number in the back chat for real.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Until I get my social medias up, because I ain't on none of that shit for real right now.
Hey, that's what's up, though. I ain't lying. People had to force me down there to get on it. I ain't lying. But the Olmec yogis, right? I don't think I'm tripping, man. You feel me? This is what we see. You feel me? Like when you study Buddhism and their form of meditation, this is called the Anantasana, meaning the sleeping Vishnu pose. Like we were just talking about Vishnu and how he get laid up, you know, how he posts up. And the one on the bottom really looked like the two-legged sleeping Vishnu pose is more like how Geb be kicking it. How we were just talking about Geb and Newt. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, I know I ain't tripping.
That's crazy.
That's heavy stuff, man. That I mean, that's one of them things that you can just count it. Everything from this point on is clarifying the relationship and making it more easy for us to understand it. Because yo, for real, there ain't no turning back. Yo, you just real life showed to me, at the least, the greatest bridge between them two lands. Now, could Lumeria be in that middle piece to make it that traverse easy? I don't know.
Yeah.
We definitely can see that.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. People don't like. I don't know why nobody in the Aboriginal community don't look into when I say stuff like this. And I got my dog, big dog, Philly OG in this, in this piece. So we rocking. What I'm saying
Salute.
And I'm glad we got a brother in here because I was just saying something to the Aboriginal community. I need somebody to look into the info. And you know what I'm saying? And understand what I say when I say Atlantis was a chain of islands connecting America and Africa. People don't like that. I don't know why, but I'm just saying it's true. The Atlantis was a chain of islands.
For a lot, the reason why they wouldn't like that is because you said the A word.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, if you was to real life, maybe affront some of these people that we knew was in the Aboriginal community.
Hey, look at this person's name.
You might got to go to the FBA leader Tariq Nasheed for that.
Yeah, hey man, you already know how he gonna stand up.
He not into that shit. He's not intellectual at all about this type of things. No. He's into his name means Morning Star, right? He's a fucking scripted concept. But go ahead though, you got
it. Hey, Taz.
Yo.
Look at this sister name. And we was just speaking on the goddess.
All right, that's Jasmine G.
Okay, I don't know who Chaz is, but
you have her on Facebook. We always arguing with her ass.
Okay, hey, she got the name though, Excel, like we was just speaking on.
She's half Puerto Rican, half Guatemalan.
Matter of fact, I gotta show that slide just for her right quick. Right there. I
don't want to say arguing. We always building with the system. I appreciate you, Jasmine. Thank you for coming. Share the video, like the video, and you on point with this info. So you coming in right on time. It's chill.
Yeah, I just wanted to show her that, and that's right on time though.
Yeah,
you have to remind me who we talking about though later on, bro. All right? I'm a little lost. But yeah, matter of fact, I never touched on this because we talking about the Sukhasana pose, which is the easy pose. As you see the old Mac also doing, you feel me? Which is probably like the main pose that meditators take on. But the Upavista Konasana, which is a seated angle pose. You women a little more flexible, but my boy doing the same thing. Come on now. You feel me? The Bloomers Pasha, which is the earth touching mudra. The sister was just saying about powerful mudras and tantras in the chat. But yeah, I'm showing you how that's a Hindu statue doing the exact same thing. And then we got the Baddha Konasana, which is the bound angle pose. And you see the big girl Olmec, She got her stomach up and her legs do the bound angle pose. It just is what it is. For real. And going by their apparent mastery of the discipline, it seems the Olmec culture was seeded by yogis. The figurines have been found in large numbers, which suggests that they may have served as visual aids for their yoga regimen. Like I said, they didn't have a chart. They used the figurines for the instructions. You feel me? Like the Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. Wouldn't you be able to copy that figurine and do the thunderbolt pose. There's no way around it. You know, the lion pose, the hero pose, the upright frog pose. These figurines giving you the game if you never seen it a day in your life. So this how they was teaching. You feel me? And that's why, like, we go back to how a hieroglyph or a statue may actually just be a letter. It's a whole instruction book to a degree. It's like saying, do this, bam, do that, bam. But we over here trying to think too deep into it. Like, man, I don't know what to do, man. I'm looking at this statue, man. I think it's trying to tell us something on the, from the ethers, man. I don't understand. It ain't that deep, man. Just, got to, the KISS method. So the chakrasana or the wheel pose, you know what I'm saying? The exact same thing. And I'm pretty sure every kid did that pose. You feel me? Now, your boy down here at the bottom, I can't do nothing else I see on this. I can't even do the one at the top no more. I'm too grown. But goddamn what I'm saying. Another culture in Western Mexico, generally termed as the shaft tomb culture. You feel me? The shaft tomb culture flourished between 300 BCE. So they basically had like, this is who took the reins from the Olmec culture and bridged the gap towards the Mayan and Aztec cultures. But soon after, the Olmec civilization had collapsed, right? And even though the shaft tomb culture does not show any obvious signs of Olmec influence in this art, the people of this culture were also advanced yogis. A number of ceramic figurines recovered from the Mexican state of Colima depict people in complex yoga poses. They weren't even playing. You had to be an expert yoga. Basically, you would have to be an expert at yoga in order to even get with the Colima, the mines in Mexico or central Mexico, Western Mexico, my bad.
And I recognize some of these, but I ain't never think of it, man. I just thought it was some weird shit. It never crossed my mind that they were doing yoga.
Right, and the sister Joanne Reeder, she's writing exact as well, where she said check out meditation poses.
Yeah, exactly. See, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I say it's gonna be a part 2 for those reasons. Because I can show India, or I can show that Dravidian. I don't know why I keep saying India, because like I said, it go way back to Lemuria. But yeah, that Dravidian culture is all over the world.
Now, oh my goodness, guess what? If you link up, if the Kemet meditation poses look anything like this, brother,
they do.
What you got is India, Mexico, Africa, and guess who are students of yoga to this day, but they're not the ones who created that shit.
The Asian. I know
Asian Europeans.
Yep.
The Asian Europeans especially. And it's not no shot. It's just definitely saying that we know for sure that yoga ain't come from that area.
Exactly.
We could count that out.
Exactly. Everybody else can share the title of creator, but they can't.
Yeah.
Man.
For real. So, yes, sir. I'm gonna go to the next one. Yeah, that's yogis of Colima, Western Mexico. And if we know anything about Ganesha.
Oh Lord.
Ganesha, images of Ganesha have been excavated in plenty in Mexico. This god with the elephant's trunk is frequently depicted in Mexican manuscripts. Lord Ganesha, see, theirs is called the Ekadent Ganesh. And people are like, oh, I think that's different. Was found in the temple at Copan. So Olmec Ganesha. All right, the Olmec clay figurine from circa 1200 to 900 BCE, depicting an elephant standing on his hind legs, was on display in the Anthropology Museum in Jalapa, Veracruz, but was later removed elephants disappeared from the Americas at the end of the Ice Age. And that was 10,000 BCE. So that's 12,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. They ain't seen an elephant on this part of the world since. But what was the Olmecs doing? You know, and this is a stone sculpture of the elephant-headed Hindu deity Ganesha. You feel me? The remover of obstacles. Because that's what the elephant gonna do for you. And it's gonna move. He's gonna move that obstacle out your way. You know, it is from the pre-Angkor period of Cambodia, dating to the 7th century AD. You know, so come on now. If that ain't Ganesha worship or honor or veneration, I don't know what he is. And I like this one too, but exactly the same type of dwarfs. You feel me?
Oh,
and
shit.
These figures, dwarf figures, are called ganas. And they are often depicted below the cornices, the corner pillars in Hindu or Buddhist temples. And they are a portly bunch of merry-making dwarves who hold up and protect the temple. They are depicted with upraised hands supporting the temple, as well as in a variety of poses, singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, clapping, etc. So these are real 7 dwarves right here.
But wait. Let me just let you know that the dwarf don't necessarily mean small person. When you find the best characters from out of Egypt, particularly, even though they are in multiple places, I would call this a best character. That's my term for it, because they're clones. And they're, at least looking at the depictions on stone, the best character takes multiple sizes. They could be very giant. They built the same, but they just huge compared to another clone that is smaller. So when you said that it's holding up the temple, that kind of ring bells of Atlas holding up the earth and shit, right? And those are giants, but that does not, I'm not excluding the concept of a dwarf, of a small person. Just wanted to let you know, they could be giants, they could be small.
Yep. And they say the ganas are dressed in loincloths, ornaments, and sometimes a headdress as well. You know, either a turban or a fez. But it is astonishing to see how much they resemble the dwarves on the Olmec altar. There is no doubt that the same concept was being put in execution by both cultures.
No doubt.
Dwarf figures in Olmec and Hindu Buddhist temples and Olmec altar from, once again, circa 1200 to 900 BCE, supported by 2 dwarves on display at the Museum of Anthropology in Jalapa, Mexico. The altar, man, that's where we got to go, man.
Hey, yo, shout out to D Calico, because all these times and years, people have been talking this shit about America. And this, yo, brother, you real live put the link out there, man. And yo, shout out to you for finally doing that, which should have been done a long time ago, but really not. It was meant for you to do it, man. Salute to you.
Yes, sir. For sure, bro. I appreciate you. Watch this. Hey, Tad, man, that's the field trip, though. You know, I don't give a damn. We don't go nowhere else.
Right.
We need to go to Jalapa, Mexico, to the Museum of Anthropology. The altar may have been used in religious ceremonies, or it could have been a throne on which the ruler sat. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And these dwarfs.
I think, can you go up a couple slides, probably? I mean, if you don't mind, real quick, because they popped up holding somebody up. Keep going, though. Keep going. I'll tell you when. It's a statue that's being held up that we saw. Go back. Go down. One more. No, it wasn't that one. Go back up. Keep going up. Because I just seen them, and I was gonna ask you. I'm like, bro, are those midgets holding up the? Damn, we passed that. We already at the beginning.
Oh, you talking about right here.
You talking about the door?
Oh, right here, yeah.
Oh,
right
I thought that.
You see the little midgets at the bottom. There's 3 little midgets.
Yeah, but they're feminine.
Right underneath
they're just feminine. Yep.
And when you look at Hindu, there's two little small chicks at the bottom of the Hindu version.
Then they getting down too. What they twerking or something? They like they dancing.
They twerk.
All right, they partying and shit.
You know, belly dancing. You know.
Right, real talk.
Huh. So the equivalent of me looking at my phone at somebody twerking is what they were looking at these little people doing. Like the Giants just going to sleep and shit. Her watching somebody shaking that ass in their face, like put the Giant to sleep. That's interesting. Just see this type of thing throw me for the. This is where my loop get thrown at, right? Or I've been thrown for the loop. I don't know if that's our size people or that's smaller people. Type shit. That's what I don't know because
I think like that. Like they probably what we consider regular size people. You feel me? Because we dealing with these supernatural people, way larger than us. So, so yeah, we would be them. Those little more, you know, them little MFs is us.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So I think we could definitely separate Siberian concepts from India as a point.
Yeah, that's how we cut it off right there.
Right there. Because we know India and America link now, right?
Yep.
So Siberia is a separation right there. Well, whatever going on above India. What's that? The mountains? Himalaya.
Yeah, exactly. The Himalayas, yeah.
Huh.
Damn.
Yo, that lineup right there with them dwarfs, man, that's tough, brother.
Yeah, man. Undeniable, man. They know it. You know, and like I say, this that same image on the right, but it's with another altar in the Americas.
Okay, so I'm familiar with that one. Pause right there, right? The one on the left, I'm thinking that's a dolmen. You familiar with the dolmen statues?
Nah, but I'm glad you brought that name up. I can look into it later.
Yeah, look into the dolmen and maybe that possibility that's what we're seeing here. Because you see he's the size of the door as he's sitting.
Yeah.
Right. So that portal is the size for him to crawl in and out of at the least. He can't walk in and out.
Yeah. Like birth.
So yeah, I'm sure you've seen the dolmens. The dolmens are the stone slab structures that that surface throughout Asia and maybe a little bit of North Africa, but definitely Europe and Asia. And they're maybe three or four stones slapped together with a little door. It's like a megalith structure, but it's made for like small people, essentially, with a little circle or something like that. And guess what? The most of them are found in Korea. So that's interesting because, you know, we got small people out there.
Exactly. But the crazy thing about all these places, like I say, check out the South Side. You know what I mean? I don't care what country we talking about. Check out the South Side, man. You feel me? Whether it be Thailand, you know, Cambodia, India, Australia, anywhere, Asia, like the largest group of, like they say, you know, so-called African, you know, African people outside of Africa is in Asia. That's what J.A. Rogers said in 1903 when he was doing his studies. He said it was over 100 million, you know, black people in Southern Asia.
That's
so
great.
So you check out the South Side of anywhere. Check out the South Side, man.
Right.
There's gonna be some niggas there, man. I promise you.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? That's the caste system that we don't, you know, really realize.
Well, I'm thinking tropics at this point.
I mean, that's how it should be naturally. but you know they got it for other purposes too.
Yeah, that caste system. I wonder what caste system China or shit people like them got, if they got one.
Damn. Well, you know, they kind of go off, you know, like the Qin dynasties and all that different kind of stuff. You feel me? Whether you're a Han and whatever, like certain people are gonna have nobility in those places.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, Chinese are cast by skin tone as well. I think the Vietnamese, the Southeast Asian is the
they too dark.
They're the brown, untouchable version of China. I know for a fact that Korea are the most fair skin. I know that for a fact.
I'm glad somebody said it though. But didn't I tell you, Taz? Matter of fact, I told you this earlier too. But India is basically Ethiopia because Ethiopians are Indians. I said that, brother. I'm like, bro,
right?
Like
and that's how you got. That's how you got that map that says that the Americas was Ethiopia, or the Sea of Ethiopia, or the land of Ethiopia, and then excuse me, in the Americas. And so that would be what? West Ethiopia, and then East Ethiopia would be the whole Middle East, the Horn of Africa, Middle East, all the way to India. And that's why you call them Kush too. So they would be technically a East Ethiopia, or maybe something like that. Then yeah, definitely. Facsimilian, they was linked. Like whatever empire was ruling from Africa possibly had they wings in both areas. But I said this already, my bad.
For sure.
So that leave the whole top. That leave the whole.
Hey, bro. I wish these other guys thought like that, because guess what? Then they would know we're all birds of the same feather.
Well, that's nice.
You feel me?
That's nice. And you know what? The unity concept is definitely something we can do with.
Exactly.
We definitely can do with. You know what I mean? Like it's just too much energy to take upon a task that our ops have taken up. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see how they treat Africans in Ukraine. Like, you think you see, that's in their spirit. It's past their education in their brain. We know they dumb as fuck. Look what they would do, and they don't got no reason to do it. They just want to be Poland, like, yo, yeah, I'll take your refugees except for the African ones. Like anyone need their attitude any goddamn way, right? Anyways, it's terrible. But yes, birds of the same feather. We definitely will flock together in the eyes of the oppressor.
Yeah, it's real, but that's who they're coming after. We could scatter all we want. You know how you already know how feathers might fly off a bird. Be floating everywhere. You don't let them get hit. There's gonna be feathers everywhere. But believe me, they're still trying to take down the whole bird.
The whole bird. That's the language. But you know what, yo, D Calico, my brother, you was like 3.5 weeks late, because I don't think the Arab community exists. I don't know. I mean, you feel me? Like, those ideas exist in people's heart, I'm sure. But as far as the front line to that, anyways, just another bad Tariq Nasheed joke ready to go.
Man, I know exactly what you're saying, though. Like, it's like a party that no matter how much you say you this and you that, you're still not invited. You know what I mean? So we could talk that we from here stuff, but some people got the benefits of being from here. And others, man, we ain't got no damn benefit from that. And we know it. We know what Brahma told us. We know all that don't mean nothing without that substance, man. It's like talking about faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. If we had what we hope for, we wouldn't need faith. You feel me?
Wow.
Faith don't exist. For real.
Well, you know what? They made that shit exist again. Didn't they?
Yeah.
What you said is facts, but guess what? Someone made that shit exist again because somebody real life hoping that this Avo shit ain't over yet. You feel me?
Hey, and bro, I ain't gonna lie, it would be on and popping if they open the doors, man. Man, bro, they happy to be accepted by them pale face $5 Indians. I ain't gonna lie. I remember I put a post. I said, I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all $5 Indians is like $20 Indians now. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like they moving on up. You feel me? They can hold a 10. You feel me?
Man,
Shoot.
the Morning Star is tied in. So I mean, it could have a lot of the arguments or the vets or the filters could have been in place, but now that it's been dished off to the Morning Star, he's never going to be like we're supposed to believe he's not tied in at all. Though there's footage of him with Conan O'Brien, there's footage of him. You feel me? Like he's in the industry. He's in Cali. He's in the industry, man.
Yeah.
Right. He's inside. If anyone see this going to insult our intelligence, and they're going to say that, yo, here go Black Superman here the whole time. And it don't matter what we the minority think because we woke. They're going for people who is as shallow as their eyes. You know, and as their eardrums. That is what all of these actors have been in place for. We done studied Michelle Obama, Barack Obama. We know they done made these actors, these famous people, men of renown, reincarnate as famous people and politicians. This cat is a plant. He's tall as a Nephilim. His name is Morning Star. And the Aboriginal community literally is bowing down to him, telling him to take the reins of all these souls we gathered for ye. Do we not see this storm coming? A master deception storm where people will look at you and tell you wrong for not siding with the Morning Star.
Yeah.
All right? Man. And that's Tariq Nasheed, by the way, for those that know. That's what his name translates to. A Turkish name, right? I thought it was African. I was about to get in Tariq Bush's, right? I was like, here go Tariq Nasheed talking shit about Africans whole time. His name African is what I was thinking, right? But that shit is definitely Turkish. Which is, okay. Both of it is. Like, both is Turkish. It ain't like you got one name Turkey. There's both of them is Turk, which is a formulation of Jew, which is a formulation of Siberian. So, anyways, I digress though, man. But I'm glad you came through with the real American works, man, when people is out here getting their soul snatched and shit.
What's this? Kalamuka and Olmec and Hindu Buddhist temples, right? Because this that same image we seen on another Central American artwork that showed like, dang, that was just alike. Well, this one here, this altar, it shows a deity seated at the entrance of a niche that symbolizes a cave. On the cornice above the niche is a fearsome face. You see that top rectangle? That's the same fearsome face, but it's just not 3D. But it is, 2D. It's drawn on the, it's etched on there. It's the same type of face. You see the fang teeth and everything. And with large eyes and sharp fangs. The cave entrance on either side is framed by a foliage pattern, and then that bottom square has those heads like you see on the heads of those snakes. It has two of those heads inside of that other square. And the Kalamuka, the face of time, is what that means, is often depicted above the entrance to a Hindu Buddhist temple or above niches on the temple walls. It is a fearsome face with the bulging eyes and huge fangs. A serpent-like body, wreathed in foliage, emerges from his mouth, just like that one, and frames the entrance. Mukteshwara Temple, Karnataka, India. So, yeah, I know they see it. And a pair of lion guardian statues flanks the temple gate of most Hindu Buddhist temples. Sometimes multiple lion statues are positioned along the access road or stairway leading to the temple entrance. And all around the temple walls, the lions are typically in a seated position, having bulging eyes and a gaping mouth exposing sharp fangs in Olmec art, and that of the subsequent cultures of Mesoamerica. It was the jaguar that was depicted in a very similar, in exact same way. You feel me? Like we was just speaking on earlier with the God self icon, how in this part of the world they might be holding up, instead of 2 lions, they might be holding up 2 jaguars. And this is still same art.
Okay. Well, let me ask a question. These are the same objects, they the same character. Why would they be different? Like, can we examine why they are?
I'm saying because the jaguar is native or indigenous to this part of the world. You're gonna go off what you have. You feel me? And they have over there, they have a lion. So they were like, hey, I'm rocking with the lion. But when I go over here, I got these little badass jaguars, man. I throw them at you, man. He'll claw you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are facts, though. Different sections of the world, different natural animals around.
Yep. Just working with what you got. Like basically, having dominion over the beast of the field. So hey, look what's out there. I'm finna go tame that. I like him. He's rough. But yeah, I'm gonna show the phonetic connection, right? And hey Taz, you see it here? Go ahead and knock that out for me, if you feel like it.
It says phonetic connection. Even today, there are a number of words in the Mayan language which indicate a relationship to the Vedic culture. The Maya word Kultunlilni refers to the divine power and has obvious similarities to the Sanskrit word Kundalini, which also refers to the life energy and the power of consciousness. Kultunlilni is the vital life force empowering all growth and development. It refers to the power of God within man, which is controlled by the breath, which is similar in the meaning to the Hindu Kundalini. Chakras in the yogi tradition are the psychic senses of centers. In the Mayan language, these chakras are called chakras or yok'hah. The Sanskrit term yoga can be found again in the Mayan word Yok'hah, which means higher truth for the combination of yok, above higher, and which is truth. Yok'hah Maya, or the Maya yoga, is the word of knowledge and practice based on profound understanding of subtle energy dynamics and expansive cosmology. The ancient Maya used these yogic practices for controlling energy expanding. Drawings in the Mayan codices on ceramics, sculpted figurines, carved panels, and steel depict priests and rulers in poses. The Kuhata using hand sign sokabra, which is the mudra, chanting Vedic rhymes like manla or mantra, or doing breathing exercises, kaik, and the pranayama. Many works of art show people seated for meditation and in a trance postures. Depictions of intertwined serpents, Kutalini and Kundalini, and vision serpents indicate that the Mayan worked with this energy and attained altered states of consciousness, just like the Hindu.
Come on, man.
I'm asking who got the drugs. Maybe it's a plug thing. Maybe we need to know where they're getting the shit from to find out who had it first.
Hey, because you already know it was some ayahuasca going down on both lands.
Ayahuasca. Hey, yo, that might be what it is, man. Check this out. Ayahuasca might be the point that needs to be known.
Yep.
And speaking of ayahuasca, I gotta step out and get some, and I'm gonna fall back. But if you still up, I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, man. We
Hit
appreciate
the
you.
link, man. Hey, yo, salute to both of y'all. Thanks for letting me up, man. It was a great build, man, and I learned, man, and that's always welcome, for real. I'm gonna be listening though. Peace to y'all.
For sure. Peace, God. Hey, right? Come on now. Look at that word. Kultunlilni. And Kundalini. Come on now. It's a Maya word, a Sanskrit word, but you can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yoga, Yok'hah.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like, nah, we already know what it is. It's too much of a phonetic connection. You know, that's what I take, label this slide. And now we're going to get into, ancient board games. If people knew it or not, that there's a such thing as ancient board games. Real ancient. And on both parts of the world. What? You feel me? So it's called Pachisi and Patoli. I'm gonna put that in the chat so y'all can see it. Yep, Pachisi and Patolo. Oh, Patoli, my bad. I have to see things to know if it's spelled right. Sometimes I'm like, oh, no, I spelled that wrong. But yeah. And y'all definitely subscribe to my backup channel. But yeah, that's the D Calico show. Pachisi and Patoli. Yep. And y'all heard Nana. You hear me? The matriarch has spoken. Hit the like button, family. For sure. But like I say, Pachisi and Patoli. Pachisi and Patoli. And this is an ancient board game on both parts of the world. It might be older over there. We don't know. But we do know it's in both places. And in both places, it's basically a cross and the same amount of pieces on both boards. So it's like, hold up. Is that just a coincidence? What you say, Taz?
Definitely not a coincidence for sure. And as I was mentioning to you earlier, we have the Hindu and the Mayan, but we to me at least, and so I I played the game so much, it also has a reference to the Chinese checkerboard, which is exactly as that one, just that there's the cross. The only difference is that the spaces in between the cross are utilized as well in the Chinese checkerboard. So you're not only playing within the line going north and south and east and west. You're also using northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. So all you're utilizing the whole 360 degrees of the board, and it has is not a coincidence, that's for sure.
Yeah. Even Parcheesi is not a coincidence. It's all the same. To a degree, because they can, people can always change their rules to a game.
Right.
But yes, even Parcheesi is set up like this. You feel me? You'll definitely run into it. But anciently, it's definitely, Pachisi and Patoli. You feel
Right.
me?
And I had to Google it just because
Yeah, I got something on it for him. Because it's an ancient board game called Pachisi in India and Patoli in Mesoamerica. And both were played with the same number of pieces on a cross-shaped field. Obviously, this is from your part of the world right here, Taz.
Yeah.
Them your ancestors. Them my ancestors. You know how it go.
Right. And it has such a similarity as well. to the swastika just itself, just looking.
Exactly. Thank you. You see, you on it. You already know. The only thing missing is the angles of the direction.
Right,
You know, yeah,
going.
exactly. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the people sit at those angles. It's really like four people sitting at a table. It's that kind of a shape. But we didn't sit way back on the table. No, we were in the corners of the table. I'm right here. I'm right up here on the game. You know,
Right.
or basically they do it while they meditate because it's something you can play while you're on the, in that position, sitting on
Right,
the
and if
ground.
they are meditating, if you look at what the svastika stood for, which was the four elements, and trying to control those four elements, so you could get to the
Earth,
fifth.
wind, fire, ether.
Right. Well, so you could get to the ether, You're
Mm-hmm.
trying to control the four so you could get to the fifth, which is the center, and that's
Oh yeah, earth, wind, water, and fire. My bad. Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Which is too feminine and too masculine. That's what the svastika is all about, which I don't know if I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm assuming that that's what this sign might represent as well, because it's got
Mm-hmm.
its two feminine entities, which will be water and earth, and you got the two masculine
Yep.
entities, which will be fire and what's the other one? The one left, brother?
The air, I guess.
Air, fire and air. That you have as masculine, and the earth and water, which is a representative of feminine, and both of them combined, they lead you to the ether, and that's what I'm seeing here, especially since we're talking about them. They are in a meditative state, trying to like we said, that Kundalini, or what was the name that they have for the Mayans? Kundalini or something like that.
Yep, yep, yep. It's just like Kundalini.
Right, right. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And looking at the way these symbols are being depicted, in all types of different cultures worldwide, but in specific, the ones that you're presenting, yeah, it's a connection in between all those.
Yes, sir. And on to the next one, right? I'm just showing that yeah, it's the same and it's in both places.
Right, that's the swastika.
So to speak. Exactly. You feel me? It can be inverted, it's just whatever. You know how I do. It can
Right,
spin. It's like, hold on. This time I'm black, you white. Yeah,
right.
you know, you know how the game go. Hey, but even down to like this what is this, Aztec?
Yeah, that's Aztec on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously we looking at the same formation of the board, the same shape. You feel me? Just an Aztec art
Yeah,
form, as
yeah,
well as Hindu or Indian art form. People, it's just like seeing ancient Egyptians playing chess, like, way back then, like, whoa, and that's the same thing with these artwork that we're looking at, showing that they both been playing this ancient board game.
right. And if you go back real quick, brother, if you look at the little dude in the middle, he's got the four arrows pointing,
Yep.
to the different sides, as the one that, if you see, you could see a cross. You could see a cross, with the north, south, east, west. But you also see the etchings on in between, and the little guy in the middle is pointing at them with them little, like, red thunderbolts or whatever it is that he has next to him, which also looks like a swastika, to begin with. But that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. But go ahead, brother. Next slide. 4 and 5. Those board game ends for is a bullseye, the calico task. We need another platter of serious food. Yeah, most definitely. We're gonna touch back on a couple of parts. The brother went deep. He give it up to the brother, because he put a lot of work into this PowerPoint The information is on point. You know, the build was extremely well, and I think that that it led us to another category in which we're going to be able to bring you guys another a completely another PowerPoint just as explosive as this one. And it's showing us it's showing us the fact that you know that we're connecting the dots, family. You know, as you can see, you know, we ain't just playing around with the information. So you know, be sure to stay tuned. You know, subscribe to the brother's channel. Like the like, comment. You know, tell us if you like it, if you don't like it. You know, so we know what exactly it is that's going on. Did you get it together, brother Calico?
Man, sort of, kind of. You know, I'm gonna finish it right here on the phone. But I'm glad it was really at the end, and I'm glad I know how to edit. But anyways,
Right.
you know how it go.
Right.
And what I was really getting at, just on that last page, stirring things up for part two or a different video, is that the people we talking about from Polynesia, like it's saying, they were mostly colonized from the West. Huh? We talking about there was also some influx of people from the Americas. You know, Easter Island is the easternmost island of Polynesia. So they really don't understand how, but these people got the same bloodline, or, you know, the same DNA. So it's like, hold on, these some remote people. How the hell would they have, you know, the same bloodline as indigenous people from over here? So I'm gonna hurt feelings, but it don't matter. You know, when I show that connection that the Americas did do, you know, create that Polynesian Easter, you know, that Easter Island culture, I'm gonna also have to show you that those people were Moors. Ain't no way around it. We know those statues over there in Easter Island had hats on. They had a hat. A lot of them are missing the hats, but a lot of them still have it, and it's a fez. So, you know, Quetzalcoatl wore fez. The Easter Island heads had fezzes. The Olmec head had fezzes. Don't make me do it. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna cut me out like we ain't the original people. For real. But yeah, it's going down. Like we say, part 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't get me started. But yeah, it's on and popping. We ain't paying for string y'all for nothing. You know what I mean, Dad?
Yeah.
For real.
Right. Well, we
I
appreciate.
definitely appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see, 'cause you know matter of fact, let me drop the brand back on now, the banner, just to let y'all know this was definitely a great installation of the Taz and Calico show. You feel me? And it was, I don't know, everything's still moving slow on my computer, and I don't know why I'm trying to use that. And I got this right here on the phone. But yeah. And of course, this was the East and West Indians are the same people. So y'all already know. I ain't gonna lie, this was a real good one. Sister Denise gonna definitely be like, she missed that, but hey, like I say, part 2, 3, 4, and 5 is going down. You know what I mean? And if you ask me, sure, I felt like y'all was really dealing with the fireman. Like fire can say they strong on the song, but they just some lies, man. Kelly cool on the song, bet that this at fireman. I'm Park's prophecy, my hypotheses. Once Pops dropped the seed, and just dropped down the knees. And I'm not the king, well, I'm reaching dreams as hard as it seems. I'm dropping bars like leaves, times truth's hard to believe. Just come to plant the seed, turn the plant to a tree. I'm more what the planet needs. Judge a man by his deeds, I'm helping more to succeed. As I'm more supposed to be. We the same family tree, but you cut from a different bark. Got heart, but it's a different heart. Got eyes that can't see. The side people we tear apart. This work till we do our part. This war, but it's still a art. We still ain't free. Back to Martin, we're still a march. Some like Malcolm, black in spades, but I'm the king of hearts. Think the system a game. Still steal bars, clean and lock. Hell is a cell. You literally think in a box, no bond. This all the time, and I swear it won't stop. People throwing shade, I be throwing sun rays. Some people want fame, I be putting you on